Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sheep Shear podcast. We're here, we talk about people, politics, and popular culture. I'm your host, the one and only Austin Creed. And my friends, I'm actually on the road right now, and today's been a pretty busy day, so I wanted to share my thoughts with y'all today. Actually, as I'm driving, I'm looking out and I'm seeing lightning. And I'm in the desert, and I'm looking out and I'm seeing lightning. Is it weird that I find lightning to be peaceful? Am I weird for that? I don't know. I could be. Well, my friends, I wanted to talk today about inner peace. And while I am not a Buddhist, I'm not a Hindu, I come from a Judeo-Christian background, I believe inner peace to be pivotal and extremely important in your journey. If you're a young man, it's something you must master at all costs. If you're a woman, it's something that will improve your life more than any man, any one object could ever fill. My friends, life is extremely difficult. All of us know this. All of us know how difficult it is. We know how hard it can be and how much of a toll it will take on our soul. But I want to drive something home. Inner peace is what separates discipline from determination. Let me repeat that in case you missed it. Inner peace is what separates those who are disciplined from those who are simply determined. Because having discipline allows you to stay focused, to be consistent, to hold yourself to a higher standard. And when you live in this sense of inner peace, when you live in a state that's not consumed with stress, that's not dictated by your reaction to the stimuli around you, you will then be a man. It's the saying that I think it was Richard Kipling who said that if you can keep your head while all those around you are losing yours and blaming it on you, then you will be a man, my son. You hear anybody talk like that anymore? Do you hear anybody tell you that life is not easy, life is not always pleasant, and frankly, life can be really hard? I mean, let's just be real. Let's cut through the garbage. Let's cut through the BS. And let's just be honest. Life can be really, really freaking hard. And a lot of the time in your life, you're just going to be alone. You're going to go through the hardest times in your life, oftentimes all by yourself. And even if you're lucky enough to be surrounded by people who care about you, they're still not going to be able to fully understand what you're talking about. They're not going to know because they're not you. They're not going to feel it the same way. They're not going to think about the solutions in the same way. You know, I'm looking out on a little separate note. I'm looking out and I'm seeing the lightning. And I was told once that lightning is the judgment of God. And those who are scared by lightning are scared and feel guilty. Maybe it's because I love lightning that I don't feel guilty about the things that I've done in my life. I don't feel scared about my future. I don't feel scared about what is to come. In fact, it exhilarates me. It excites me. When it comes down to mastering inner peace, having the discipline, having the desire to self-improve and not make excuses. Let me tell you something. If you're out here making excuses, you will never move ahead in your life. Never. Never. It won't happen. You will sit back and you will just blame everybody around you when the common denominator is you. And yet you'll be out here blaming every which way, everybody who you conceive has done you wrong, and you'll be blaming them. My friends, whether it's 1% or 100%, you had something to do with what happened to you. Even if it was as simple as putting yourself in the wrong situation at the wrong time. But everything that happens to you makes you stronger and gives you opportunity to grow and be better than you were yesterday. And to me, that's what it all comes down to, is this journey towards inner peace, this journey of living your life in a way that you feel proud of, that you think with your head instead of just believing what is told to you. You want to be a thinker, not a drifter. Don't be a drifter, my friends, please. People who drift have no direction in their life. They're upset. They don't have direction. They don't know what they want, but they sure as hell know what they don't want. They don't know how to fix things, but they sure as hell know when it's not right. Please don't be like that. Have solutions for your life. Don't look back and say to yourself that you're a victim. Don't be a victim. Be a volunteer for the change and be better. Because even if you are in the roughest, most downtrodden spot in your life right now, it's only a phase. It will get better. It has to. Life always changes. Change is the only constant in the world, my friends. And so even if you're on the top of the world and you're winning right now, enjoy it. Live it up to the fullest, because stuff will happen and you won't feel that way anymore. Or even if you're on the bottom and life is not going your way and you're thinking about doing something that's a permanent solution to a very temporary problem, don't do it. Don't do it, because it's at the end of the day, my friends, everything is temporary. Don't have a permanent solution to a temporary problem. But all of what we're talking about today, all comes back to inner peace. It all comes back to this notion of being grounded. Having authority over your life. Having authority over your response. Because look, I get it. I understand. You don't have control over every facet of your life. You don't. But I'll tell you something, you for sure have the control over your reactions. You have the control over your emotions. And if you don't feel like you have control over it, it's because you're feeling it all wrong. It's the desire to not want to take accountability, or you're fearful. Don't be fearful, my friends, because fear is one of the devil's greatest tricks. Poverty, fear, old age, all of those things will lead you down a path that is not going to help you. It is my hope and my fervent desire. That's why I do this show every day. I want you to become the best you can be, because that is where I'm going. But everything that you gain has to be sacrificed. What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to give up? Because if the answer is nothing or not enough, you're off to the wrong start. To achieve inner peace, you must give up the conflict. You must give up this notion of control over everything, but you have control over your reaction. You need to accept accountability for the things in your life. Talk about the good things in your life. Do not just talk about the things that are not going well, that you're unhappy about, whatever it is. Don't do that. Because the more you do that, the more unhappy you'll be, and the more like a victim you will feel. Because you're not a victim. You're a vanquisher. You are a victor. And as victors, we volunteer to be better than we were yesterday. That's the only way to live in a way that will make you better than you were yesterday. My friends, you're probably asking yourself, Austin, why are you doing this show? You've said some of this stuff before. You know, it all sounds like rhetoric. It doesn't sound real. It is very real. This is not rhetoric, my friends. I live this out every day, or at least I do my best to do so. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. But the perfection is not the goal. The goal is to be better than you were yesterday. That's the goal. And that's the goal, my friends. If you can manage to be perfect, God bless you. But at the end of the day, it's a pipe dream for most people. The first step to being closer to perfect is to admit that you're not perfect, and probably the furthest thing from it. But that takes humility. Be willing to accept that you might be wrong in what you're doing. I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't even know if anybody will listen to this show. I hope they will. Because my friends, my goal is to make you better than you were yesterday, to be a better version of yourself than you were yesterday, the day before that, and the day before that. Because there are too many people out here who are just trying to make a buck and don't care about you. While I love making $1 as much as everybody else, I want you to know that life is more than that. My friends, I truly adore seeing some of the comments that people leave about how their life is being better. I open their eyes to see something. I'm not a sage. At least I don't pretend. At least I don't think I am. I'm just a guy with a microphone who's trying to make the world better for people who are willing to listen. But my friends, I hope this show resonated with you today. Because at the end of the day, something tells me someone needed to hear this today. Someone needed to hear that it's going to get better. That all of your hard work must, verbally repeat that, must pay off. It will. You will become better. You will become a better version of yourself. You just need to be willing to sacrifice the weakness to gain the strength that you desire. My friends, God bless you. God bless your family and God bless America. I hope that this show really got through to you, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. Take care of yourselves. I'm out of here. Peace.